understanding of cow horses, because Spanish Mustangs started out, Spanish horses period started out as cow horses, and they still are in Spain primarily. The horse that we're used to is the American quarter horse, the bulldog quarter horse. That gets down with cattle that normally are pulled. By that I mean they do not have horns. So that horse is down on its front end. Spanish horses, when they're working cattle, Spanish cattle, fighting bulls primarily, they need to be collected, they need to be calm, they need to be working off the back end at all times, because there is an inherent characteristic that has been bred into them for hundreds of years, and that probably started out as natural, of working with the head up. They're not going to get down and work like this. They're going to work like this. Because what they do when they draw a cow out of a herd, and even a, not even a bull, yearling, anything of these cattle will go after you. They need to be able to draw that animal out of the herd far enough away so that connection's broken and they can cut that animal out and get it out of there. So they're continually up there enticing that cow to charge, wheeling away, running a little bit, stopping before they get too far, getting that cow out a little more. Pretty soon they can take it. So the dynamic is totally different with the Spanish horse as far as how they work. Everything starts back here. That in mind, where we're going to start as far as conformation goes is up here. When you look or are looking for Spanish Mustangs, and if you've been around them for a while, first thing you're going to look at is the head. Is it a Spanish head? So let's talk a little bit about what makes a Spanish head. Primary thing.
That's hot.
Pepper's really excited by your story, Wes.
Yes, I can tell. You listening? Pay attention.
You're going to have to rate this X.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to like airbrush that part out.
The first thing that
Oh, it
gets
would
looked
be a
at by
PG
most
film.
people
It's illegal for you to.
I'm just filming his head.
convex profile, right here. And when I'm talking convex, I'm talking starting on the face. This is the forehead, this is the face. You will see what's called convex profiles, and they are, let's start up here. Okay. What I'm looking for is here. I want that convex profile to come down. I want that muzzle to taper down to that upper lip to a certain extent. I do not want this. That is not to say that is not Spanish. But if I'm looking at a horse that I'm consider breeding, I want this fine head. I want this delicate head. Yes, you're beautiful. So let's start at the forehead now that we got that going. There, let's show them your pretty head right here. This is not flat. I want to lay my hand up here and have a little bit of a cup. Just a little bit. That's brain in there. I want room for that brain. They're intelligent. I want to see these nostrils. See that crescent shape? Yes, I know. I don't want that. You will see these when they're excited or have been running, they need air, they will open up. But normal resting, I want that crescent. I want, can I get my finger in there, buddy? I just want to check something. Beautiful. On the mouth, I want a long enough mouth where that bit can rest right in between that last molar and the incision. I want it right on the bars. Too short a mouth, you're running into the up here. Too long a mouth, you're going to be bouncing that bit off those molars. You want a nice, reasonably long mouth. Yes, you're beautiful. Talk about the ears for a minute. Can you get them up?
Trashing my ears,
Can you get them up? Thank you. If you'll notice this outer edge, nice even curve. It doesn't come up and break and go up. Nice smooth curve all the way around. You'll see this a lot furring in there. You'll see it an offset color. Inner side is just almost perfect. I don't want any broken ears that are going to come over and start pointing towards each other. Let's walk you a little bit, buddy, so you can work some of that out just a little bit. I want the distance in between these two ears just about the length of an ear. I don't want a narrow, snaky old pole up there. I want some distance between those ears. I want those eyes set off. Good vision all the way around. Now let's talk about the eyes a little bit. You'll hear descriptions, particularly in the SMR breed characteristics about almond-shaped eyes. You will see that, and I think more so in mares, but also in gelding stallions. The other thing you're going to see with Spanish horses is not necessarily almond, but you're going to see a little bit of a peak, almost like a triangle, where they come up right here, like this guy, right there. Yeah, show me your flies. Thank you. Come here. Walk a little bit. I need your attention. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. I want to see. Oh, let's see. Let's go to your front profile here a minute.
Can I ask a question? What about the large eye bone, the bone over their eyes, or that?
Yep.
That they have a heavier bone.
They do, and that's. Thank you. You're going to see that heavier bone. You're going to see this hollow here. What that's for? Let's see if we can get you to it, buddy. If that eye gets hit, a little bit. That's where that eyeball goes. You'll see it deep in older horses. You don't want to see it too flat. You don't want to see it too deep. It's a subjective thing when you're looking for it. But yeah, that is horses, particularly these guys, have been designed for self-preservation, for protection. So anything that's going to help them survive, you're going to see accentuated, just like that. Oh, what? Sorry. Hey, buddy, I want a front profile. Let's see. Yep. I like this guy's face in that. What? I know. You're getting just a little pissy. You don't like this attention. I want to see a nice, fine, defined bone. I want to see a taper on that head somewhat down to the muzzle. You'll see it more refined in mares. I want to see a very, what do we want to call that? Refined head. Yep. You will see in the Andalus type horses, and by Andalus I mean the taller, more larger boned horses. They don't have the finesse. This is a Soraya type. Andalus type, Soraya type, Jeanette, or Janet. You want a very aristocratic face and head. You want the, let's see where you're at, buddy. Cheekbones. What they call a dry cheek, dry face. And what they mean by that, not a real fleshy, bulgy jowls, fairly thin skin. Again, going back to refinement. You want enough space in between these cheeks that that horse, when it is collected and got its head in there, is not going to be cutting off the windpipe. Is not going to be restricting that airflow. You don't want them too wide, because what happens there is that horse can then overbend, get those cheekbones right back in here, and again, start restricting airflow. Right, come here, let's walk just a bit and let you move. And any questions, any comments, anything, just stop me and we'll try and answer them.
Wes, that's when you were talking about the airflow part of it, and that's when we're looking at the conformation description when we say we want a clean
Throat latch.
That's this part when we talk about that with the spacing, so that
And that goes right along with the spacing in here is this throat latch. You want something in there that's going to give you a nice even curve. You don't want that sharp, narrow bend in there. What, you are a monkey.
well, he's changed a lot in the last 2 years.
Yep. All right. Let's go down from the neck. Let's go to the pole. I want to see smooth coming right over the top. I want a nice, fairly wide, fairly prominent pole. If they get too sharp and too like that, top of that bridle is going to be riding up there and irritating them. You want something for that, the top there, to set on. That's not going to hurt the horse. So you need some good flesh up there. You want it smooth because when this horse starts going into collection, starts bending that head, we're working with a muscle group. It starts up here, goes all the way down through connections through that longissimus dorsi, which is this big muscle that sits in here. Goes all the way down, connects. Let me get on the other side. It's okay. You're all right. Goes all the way down through here, connects, abdominal muscle. When that horse is getting its legs under him so it can move off, you're going to contract down here. You're going to extend. This back is going to lift because he's trying to take this whole hindquarters, get him tucked underneath him so he can move. So this whole area up here is just as important as the rest of it, because this is where that whole contraction is going to, not contraction, expansion is going to start all the way down. That ring of muscles, you'll hear it called.
Copper.
What's that?
He's wondering what's going on.
Talk about the neck a little bit. Right about there. I'm looking for a neck that's going to come down and connect approximately at the point where, let's see. I'm looking for a little bit, yeah, you're just a little bent, but that's the way you're standing too. Somewhat of a curve. I do not want this. You'll see a lot of the horses, and when I'm talking about horses, I'm talking about Spanish Mustangs. Beautiful manes and tails. Nice long flowing manes. Lift that mane up and check the neck. You'll see so many of them with a U-neck. Not good. Not good. This guy's pretty good over the top. You're packing a little weight, aren't you, Mike? Just a little.
No, what's it doing?
How's that lucky to
So is your wife.
He said, don't be talking fishes with me, man.
Oh,
I live with thunder.
we're coming down. Nice, smooth, right off the withers. When you're going to hear most talk about is the head profile. And technically, a Spanish horse has a subconvex profile. And by that, I mean it is not this business. That, just in my own opinion, is an influx of Breton draft horse, where that head came from. What you are looking for in a subconvex profile, like I said, is from the eyes below. So you want that subconvex head. You want round cannon bones. You want absent or very slight chestnuts. And there was a thing, I'm right down here, buddy, about ergots, which are, as I believe, are vestigial parts from their three-toed. which was a point that they were using, yeah, that's Spanish because it's got ergats. Nah, not necessarily. So, convex profile, round cannon bones, short back, rounded croup, low set tail,